person I meet in every single street nigga I see. I keep it 100. I treat the women like they supposed to. They love to spend time around me. I keep it 100. The haters explain why I love to live life just being me. I keep it 100. What? Nigga, please, the money's the only thing I see. 100, boy, and I'm never late. Heavyweight in the game, they come featherweight. I used to grind for sneaks, now my hunger's real estate. I'm eating, but it's time to change the size of my dinner plate. Spin the CD,
oh yeah, baby, we're back, baby. Happy Monday.
Interested in pushing weight. 92 plus, say this how we keep it. Disloyal with your
I might let this play the whole show. I might just vibe. I might just dance all day today, baby.
Flinch wrong, you be in the place they preach it. Nowadays, niggas living on that fuck shit. Hunnels in the fan, the only one that I'm fucking.
Oh, man. Sit down. Welcome to the show, guys. Glad to have you here. This is our third episode of Candid Talk with yours truly, Anthony Train Johnson. It's good to have you here. How are you all feeling today? Yes. I just start there. Every show off, I like to start off with a little round of applause to kind of get us going and getting us feeling good, man. Thank y'all. How do y'all feel, man? Me personally, it's been a long week. It's been a long 7 days since I saw you guys. We got a lot to discuss. We got a lot to take apart and dissect. You know, the last time we all talked, y'all, we was on that Will and Jada talk. And the people told me I gave Jada enough smoke, man. They told me let Jada live, man. You know, I got phone calls, man. My feminists out there, they was all upset. You went a little too hard on Jada. You went too hard. Cut it. I kept it real. with Jada. And I stand by every single damn word I said. So I don't hear nothing about it. At all. And as a matter of fact, let's go and move right along to our polls from last week. We got one particular poll. Speaking of Jada Pinkett Smith, let's make a little noise for the poll time, please. All right, I did this one a little different here. I put this poll on Twitter, and this is a short, simple, and sweet, and some say funny poll. And the poll question was, have you ever used the word entanglement before Jada Pinkett Smith? Seriously, have you ever used that damn word? Ever? Any of you? Nope. Let's check the polls, please. All right, Twitter result polls have came back, and 93% say no, they have never used the word entanglement before Jada Pinkett Smith. That's ridiculous. Oh, man. Jada, you're full of it, man. You know it's bad when somebody been with you for 25 years and they pulls a new word out on your ass. You say, y'all know how Will was looking. Will looked at her like, what did you just say to me? Entanglement. Oh, you mean relationship. Moving right along, y'all. Those polls right there. That poll is on Twitter. We'll have more polls coming next week. You all know that. We're going to keep this thing moving. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. This stuff is heavy on my heart today. Our topics of the day, our celebrity gossip, or whatever you want to say. Nick Cannon, y'all. Y'all know, man, I took some time to think deeply about this whole entire Nick Cannon fallout. And I'm going to tell y'all, I've been on a roller coaster, man. I have. I've been on an emotional roller coaster and dealing with this whole damn thing. If you haven't known, or if you've been living on a rock, Nick Cannon became news last week because one of his shows, his episodes of the Cannon Class radio show that he has on YouTube, it went viral. And some people say it went viral for the wrong reasons. Long story short, he had a man on there named Professor Griff. Professor Griff is an old member of Public Enemy. People like to call him a conspiracy theorist, but I like to call him a truthist, if that's a word. He's a man who's spoken out against a lot of, injustice against black people. He's spoken out against the history that, of lies that we've been fed in America. And to be honest with y'all, man, the man is very intelligent. He's very factual. He's someone that has a lot of credit to his name. I do my proper research, and I can tell you now, when I first started researching back, I would say probably 2008, when I really started digging into American and the history, Professor Griff was one of the first guys I seen. And I can tell y'all right now, this man right here has predicted so much over time. He predicted they was coming for Michael Jackson. He predicted that they would come for Cat Williams. He predicted that Prince would likely be taken. He predicted a lot of things. That's just through him, researching the hierarchy and looking at the government or if the Hollywood circles and how these things work. Okay? So long story short, Professor Griff was on the show, and they were discussing different topics about race and history. And long story short, somehow or another, the topic of Jews, the topic of Hebrews came up. And the gist of what was being said was that actually the original Hebrews were actually black people. That's what's being said. And from the research that Professor Griff had done and Nick Cannon had said that he had done, they said they researched and you know what? Everything with, they Semitic or whatever, everything that's supposed to be Semitic had nothing to do with white people. When you start digging in information, okay? Now, mind you, all these guys have, throughout time, Professor Griffiths, he says every time you can come test him on his knowledge or try to debunk him, it just ain't happening because it's factual information. And Nick Cannon was saying on the damn show, we have nothing to worry about because we speaking truth. People may be mad. This is very dangerous talk. But we speaking truth. And he also went deeper. Do y'all know they tried to... Nick Cannon was breaking down why the white race was evil and been evil from day one. Now stop right there before you guys jump off a cliff. Now it doesn't mean that every single white person walking around here is evil. We're just speaking of history. If you look down the line and just pure history with the white race, there's nothing but carnage. Dominate, destroy. Enslave, take over. I mean, it's sometimes, you sit back and you do wonder why the hell has white history been like this? It's even enslaving their own people. I mean, it just, what is the origin of this? So Nick Cannon started to break down. He went all the way back to the mountain of Caucasus. Okay, if you don't, familiar with the mountain of Caucasus, they claim that's where Caucasians, white people came from. They claim that that's why it's Caucasian because the word came from the mountain of Caucasus. And what he was saying was the people of Caucasus was envious, jealous, and hurt by the fact that the melanin people seem to have more strength than them. And if you look up the melanin people, that's the black or, darker colored people. And if you look up, even down to just the science of the body, you come to find out that black organs and black body parts and, human beings, we are superior to any other race out there. And this is a fact. This is not speculation. This is a fact. And, and he said that there became an inner hatred towards the melanin people from the mountain of Caucasus. And the fact that they would also go outside in the sun and the sun would deteriorate their skin. Like how white people get sunburned to this day. And black people, we don't get that. All we do is we get the glowing and we get the shining and we get a little darker, And it's something to that. And he was saying the origin of the whole entire thing with the white race's inner hate that started in the mountain of Caucasus. That's all. He's just breaking down history. And what he also broke down was how every single TV station, everything you watch is controlled by 6 people. 6 major corporations control everything you watch on TV. And then you come to find out that the Rothschild family, if you look them up, they control basically all the money through the central banking and Federal Reserve. You know, this is what Nick Cannon was breaking down. He was literally, you know, y'all talk about the Illuminati. He was literally showing you exactly what the Illuminati is and just breaking it down like, you know, hey, Rothschilds run the banking systems. We're indebted to the banking systems. The Federal Reserve, you know, is not an American entity. It's an international entity. A lot of people hear Federal Reserve. They think it's American, but no, it's not American. We owe money to some international motherfuckers. Excuse my language. Okay? And that's stuff that I researched in my time. So when you're saying all this factual information that you can look up, why in the hell would you freaking apologize days later because people are upset? Do y'all know when he first was let go by Viacom, Nick Cannon stood by every single damn word that he said? As a matter of fact, I have it in my notes right here. Let's see exactly what he said. Nick Cannon said, I'm saddened at the current events and that the powers that be did not take this opportunity to spread knowledge, but instead took this opportunity to try to shut down an outspoken black man. He goes on to say, I will now demand my rights to Wildin' Out, my $1 billion entity that I put together myself. And he said he also will not be bullied. He will not be silenced. And as a matter of fact, now the truth is out. Hell, he said he demanded an apology. That's Nick Cannon, y'all. Right after the fallout, right after he lost his job and everything. Okay? Can somebody explain to me, within 2 damn days, how does he go from that to this freaking soft cupcake ass apology that I see floating online? How does a man that certain in his conviction about what he's talking about flip like a freaking pancake within 2 days? As a matter of fact, let's go into what he said 2 days after those statements about the fallout. This is the apology now. He says after this, after 2 days later, he says, I took time to speak to the Jewish community, the rabbis, and I would like to say I am ashamed of my actions. I am ashamed of the divisive rhetoric I was spewing, the ignorant rhetoric I was spewing. And he also says that now he has an enlightenment now. Now he's been educated on the truth about the Jewish history. That's pretty fast right there, huh? That's pretty fast. He also said that he was spreading hateful, stereotypical information about the Jews on his show with Professor Griff. Jesus Christ. I mean, God. So now not only do you discredit everything you just said, you turn around and take down your brother, Professor Griff, who was just an innocent bystander, who all he does, I mean, seriously, Professor Griff researches his information diligently. He comes onto your show. He gives you this good information. You have a great deep talk. Them white folks get on your back. You get scared and you say all the stuff that you and him were saying with bullshit. Now that kind of grinds my gears right there. Because you're discrediting yourself and another person. And the Professor Griff. Now they look at him and say, oh, his words is bullshit. When it wasn't. Because they put that pressure on him. I'm going to tell you right now, how much damn education do y'all think Nick Cannon got within a 2-day period? Was it enough to wash away years and years of research that he was, this man was, just passionate about the information that he's been talking about? How the hell does it happen? Now, I know what's going to happen. People are going to say, here we go. Here we go. Train is on that conspiracy talk again. Hey, man, I'm telling y'all right now. The truth is scarier than fiction. Okay? Because y'all want to know what I believe. I don't believe he got no damn education in 2 days. I believe he got a threatening phone call. Yeah, I said it. Oh, yeah.